streaming. We are recording. Alright. So, quick recap of last session. You guys wound up traveling closer and closer to the ruined city of Palius, where you guys decided to make like a little makeshift camp just outside of it, while Hasjhad went inside to try and get a couple of answers or do something. Excuse me. Dibbel had wound up turning into a giant eagle so he can keep track of Hasjhad as he entered the city gates, and after dealing with some like rough weather and strong winds and whatnot, he was able to masterfully spy on Hasjhad like a pro. I mean, it was pretty cool. And alright, so Hasjhad wound up going to the docks, and then from there he wound up going to the Temple of Tiamat and dealing with a cleric there, Dragon Knight something. And yeah, I guess from there, just for the sake of brevity, since he's not going to be here today, you know, he'll go back to where the group is. So, and Dibs is going to follow, right? Is that safe to assume?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's say, okay, so after leaving the temple, then heading straight back to town and back to the group. It's probably like a good 3 hours back plus. So let's say, you know, the 8 hours goes by. Let's see, we have 10 p.m. in game. So add another, so then that's going to be 10, 11, 12, 1. Let's say 2 in the morning. Let's say, yeah, so about 2 in the morning or so is when Hasjhad and Shen, Hasjhad and Dibbel will get back to the bubble. And I'm just going to let them find it without a problem, you know, whatever. And, yeah, so the group is going to be some time into their shift. Whose shift would it be now? Whose watch?
I went first, and then RV was second, so it's either Jules or Shen.
I will go further.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the last one. So, I guess.
The last one?
Yeah, because it was like 3.5 to get in, doing whatever, talking and whatever, and then another 3 hours to get back. It's going to put us close to 8 hours. So the thing is, I guess everybody, I mean, nobody's going to have their full rest completed. But, yeah, so, alright, so 2 in the morning or so. Dibs and Hasjhad get back. And, pick up wherever you want.
And Hasjhad relays that story, correct?
Yeah, he'll explain that he met a couple of individuals that he feels that will smuggle you guys to Kessman. And then he also explains what happened at the temple and the prices of the scrolls. So it was like 5,000 gold for the really expensive one, and then a raised dead would be around 1,500 gold. But you guys all needed to. You would be collected at about 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, if you guys want to go with the smuggling part or option.
Well, I guess for the sake of planning, I'll wake up when they get back.
Okay.
Just for like a 10-minute talk or whatever before going back to sleep.
Yeah.
I have to find my what do I sound like? Okay, I got it.
He'd come back. Quickly, hurry up. Wake up, I have excellent news.
Oh, yeah, that's a great story. Well, we don't need to do resurrection if we get your friend now. I like the idea of being smuggled, but we don't have, for my understanding of your friend's dead body, it seems that it is better to do it sooner rather than push our luck later. 15 is maybe expensive, but maybe if I can get in there and talk to him and tell him I have at least the component, we might be able to haggle him down. But no way we're going to afford 5,000 on we've been living off trees and bugs for the past week. So. But how much was it to get smuggled? I mean, we have to think of everything here.
Well, I already paid for it.
Oh.
That's not his voice. Hold on. I already paid for it. It'll come to me.
I know Jules is asleep, but the rest of you, I don't have much to contribute. I have the diamond, but gold-wise, I'm pretty poor.
I have quite a bit of ruby dust. It's worth almost 500 gold pieces.
I don't expect Shen to contribute anything. He's only been with us for like a day or two. So, Arby and Jules? Oh, Jules is asleep. I'll just look through her pockets.
She does not carry a ton of money. Maybe about 400 in different materials that if you take from her, she's gonna kill you. But and then we need 2 revivals. And about 300 worth of components.
I think I'm sub 100 gold. Like I said, I don't have a lot to contribute besides the actual component of 500 piece diamond. So maybe, maybe we could take like a 500 gold IOU. But I think maybe we should get in there and at least talk. I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little bit better the Temple of Tiamat doing the resurrection than maybe some of the other temples in there. At least from what I read, Tiamat was around before everything went down. I mean, it seemed like it was a okay place to be.
I don't know much about Tiamat, but I'm glad it's not Jalina.
Well, go ahead and make some religion checks if you like.
Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion.
What about you, Shen? You're a dragon.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Dibs, you'll know that Tiamat. It's generally it's kind of like an evil god, but in this particular kingdom, there's been some kind of treaty made like a long time ago that allows the worship of Tiamat to take place in what would normally be considered a lawful good kingdom. Flint, you would know that more about the domain stuff, about how trickery and they they have like different like subsects within the temple. Like each of the colored heads has like a slightly different focus depending on the area, and that's mainly defined by the type of terrain. So like over here, if there was any kind of stronger influence, it would be like the focus on the green dragon, because of the heavy forest and whatnot. So there would be more lawful evil, give or take. But yeah, that's about it or whatever. As far as trade and stuff going on, it's definitely possible. They might even be willing to do some kind of gamble, or if you have a silver tongue, they'll be willing to listen to deals, things like that.
So, and I know a little bit about resurrection. I dabble in it. Part of my magic. I can do some minor resurrection, but from what I've researched up with that, I know your friend there probably need at least 4 days of recovery if he gets revived. So I think taking the ship and not traveling on foot might be the best, especially since he doesn't look like he has much on him for equipment anymore. Hasjhad, do you think we could maybe pay a little bit more and get into the temple and then smuggled onto a boat?
Well, I am afraid that we might not have enough time, because the Dragon Lord guy said to come back at a better time, because I wanted to talk with some more of their studious people. But for the smuggling, I know we only have a few hours before they come and get us. I gave the
decision, folks.
Well, yes, and I gave the ring, the sapphire ring that we found, and it's non-refundable.
Well, it sounds like you made a decision for us.
Well, yes.
Do we know how long it would take for this ritual to be performed?
Can I roll like a Arcana check to see if I know exactly what raised it consists of?
What's your passive? Isn't it like pretty guy? What is it? 15?
19?
19? Yeah, you know what the spell does. You know how it works.
Yeah. So let me pull up the compendium here. It'll take an hour.
It sounds like we have not much time to lose.
I just don't know. I might be able to get in. I can alter my form. I could maybe switch to like a kobold or something.
Wait a minute. They have the scrolls. Normally I do his voice so well. I don't know why I can't do it right now. Can you cast a scroll?
I don't believe that spell's actually on my list. Like I said, I have minor resurrection. I can do it within a minute, but anything beyond that seems to be. I don't think it's. Let's see, what does the compendium say? Bard, cleric, paladin. Okay. No, I wouldn't be able to. We would have to have somebody cast for us. Maybe we could convince them to just cast the spell without the scroll, but I don't know.
That would probably require a bit more notice. Especially if it's going to take an hour.
Right. We're really on a time constraint for everything right now. I wish Jules was awake. Hey, wake up!
Wake her up. Here, I'll wake her, and she'll go. She'll shake up, Jules. Like, please don't be angry with me. I don't feel like myself right now.
I'm like looking in my pockets for where I left my dagger, and then I remember that I gave it to somebody else. It's been 8 hours.
No, but we need to do this now.
What?
We have very limited options from what Hasjhad's been saying. We either skip out of town now and risk the travel down to Kessman and hopefully get there in time to res your friend, or we lose that travel and pay and go talk to the Temple of Tiamat and
Who? What?
yeah, you heard me. Temple of Tiamat.
You got a high passive religion, right?
What time is it? 19.
Yeah, so you would be familiar, with Tiamat.
So,
Excuse me.
so we just have to trade. You're saying there's a cleric there?
Yeah, we'd have to, according to Hasjhad, would have to buy the scroll to get them to cast it. But maybe
Okay.
we could trade some gold, maybe a service. I don't. I mean,
Is that the friend that wanted his tail?
no.
No, I could not find them, thankfully.
Okay, so wait, what? So we can. Just give me a moment.
We either lose our transport to Kessman, and we
That's-
stay and go to the temple at a reasonable hour, or we take the transport in a couple hours and hope for the best.
Wait, how are we even getting to Kesman?
That's what's part of the service that I paid for.
You paid for what?
Oh, yes. Yes, traveling. It is not free these days.
Okay. Who is this person anyway?
I forget the name, but I trust him.
So you paid somebody in a temple you don't belong to smuggle a bunch of strangers.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're just waking up. You're missing bits and pieces. No, I went to the docks. I found a couple of people that I trust. I gave them the sapphire ring. They're going to smuggle us into the city and onto a boat and to Kessman. Then, when I was leaving the city, I found the Temple of Tiamat. I spoke with one of their priests. He explained a couple of different pricing options for scrolls. I said thank you, and then I left. And here I am.
Did Hasjhad disclose how he got to the Temple of Tiamat?
I don't know if... No, I guess no. Mm-mm.
Well, if we have an option to do it sooner than later, I would rather take that one.
When you guys found me lost in the woods, the deal was that I would help you revive your friend, and you guys would help me get to Kessman or something. We got a little sidetracked along the way, but
Why don't you take the passage to Kessman then?
Yes, we still have to get you there. At least make some use of that lost money.
You help us get our friend to the temple, and the passage is yours.
I didn't realize you would kick me out that quick.
It's nothing personal. I'd rather have you here. But
Well, our group's awfully big now. I mean, we have 6 people. If your friend gets revived, that's 7. I mean, I could.
I mean, if I have to choose.
Oh.
Listen, how about we deal with one each at a time? It's still so early. What time would we even get into the temple?
alright, if you guys were to leave right now... Okay, so hold on, wait. 10 p.m., so 11, 12, 1, 2... So he would get back, what, like, let's say 2:33? No, it wouldn't be that late. 10, 11, 12,
Said
1...
we're on last watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so last
So-
watch. What would that be?
So it's 6 hours from 10.
Okay, so then 4...
I think we're
Okay,
4.
so 4 a.m. Okay. Well, from here to the temple, it's about 3 hours. Walking. From here
3
to the
hours.
temple, it's about 3 hours walking. Give or take. It's a big city. Lots of changes.
Oh, that sounds better than a couple days. If we were to get to the temple, would we have to get the person back here?
No, I think we need to. Maybe that ring will cover the smuggling to the temple. I think it would be best to maybe.
Alter the
No.
deal.
Perhaps
So
you
either we
feel
go
you're
by
being treated
either we go by
unfairly.
ourselves, or we hope that this friend, quote unquote, takes us there safely.
It's all. I don't know. That's why I woke up you. You're the other brain here.
There's another.
Yeah.
Well, I say then, let's try the temple. It's going to Kismet is going to take, assuming that we can even get into a boat and go all the way there. There's no guarantee that we're gonna make it in time and find somebody with the resources that somebody in Palius would have. The
Yeah.
matter still remains of how much would it cost? We don't have anything. We don't have anything to. How much should we even have to put together to pay for both such a high level spell and the component?
Well, the components covered. I said that yesterday. Oh no, she left. Dibbel, Shen, you have any input while we're waiting for Jules to reconnect to her mind?
I can contribute. I have like 199 gold. I don't mind contributing.
Well, no, we can't ask you to do that. I mean,
I trust you guys. Take my
I
money.
will pay you back with any herb.
Hello. Uh-oh. Hello? I hear no one. Hello,
Okay,
hello.
we
Oh,
covered for you.
Hi.
Eric.
Okay, there we go.
yeah,
That was
we're good.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we covered for you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, just a summary. We good.
Alright, so what are you all doing? I heard Shen offering some coin and
I think we're all in agreement that resing sooner rather than later, just if we want to risk all of us going into town or trying to convince somebody to come out here and do it, which I don't know.
And I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, so
Both look rather shady anyway. What are the chances we're going to walk into Palius of all places with a dead body behind us?
well, that's what that's what I mean. Maybe we can alter the deal with Hasjhad's contacts instead of giving us passage on a boat. They can use that ring to get us to the temple instead.
So you don't want to go back to Kesman then?
I do, but I can go. I mean, I assume that's where you guys would probably head next, right? You don't want to sit here for days. I mean, from what I know about Ray's dad, your friend is not going to be much use for half a week.
And restoration can't get rid of that?
It's a -4 modifier, and the only thing that gets rid of it is a long rest. So
Oh,
4 days.
Oh shit, okay.
It's not exhaustion. It's
Right.
a resurrection penalty.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess we are going to rely on Hasjhad to try to not get us all killed. Again.
Again, you all died before.
Alright, so everyone except for Haji and Dibs, I guess you guys can take your benefits of a long rest. For Dibs and Haji, I'm gonna need con saves. Let me get it. It's gonna be a DC of say 14, I guess. DC 14 to see if we can avoid. Oh, those are nice. Those are real nice. Avoid 1 level of exhaustion. So I guess I'll roll for Haji and Dibs whenever you get a moment. Roll.
No.
What did I heard that? Oh no. What do you roll? I can't see it yet.
12.
12. Okay, yeah. So you'll have 1 level of exhaustion. Excuse me. And for Haji, what does he get? Oh, what the shit? He failed too. Okay. Yeah. So 1 level of exhaustion.
So that crazy plan I was talking about?
Oh, I could really use my catnap.
Don't have time.
Yes. Okay. So. All right. Whatever you decide.
I assume that we waited for his contact to show up and get us, and maybe convince him to change.
Okay, is that the plan? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna try to
Yeah.
get him to
Renegotiate.
Okay, sounds good. So let's just say, we zoom time for a little bit, and a hooded figure comes, and he finds the bubble pretty quickly, and it's a human male, maybe 5'10" or so. Looks a little like run down, kind of like think of an older dusty cowboy looking thing. So it's like like wrinkled skin and like a really short scraggly beard that maybe hasn't shaved in maybe 2 or 3 days or so. A little white stubbly prickly all over the place. Skin is kind of like a little leathery from being in the sun. Older guy. He's like, yeah, you guys my package, right? I gotta deliver you to the docks or something. Is that right?
No, you got that wrong.
We're the smuggling the dead body into the Temple of Tiamat group?
Yeah, they get the details correctly. I don't feel too comfortable with this deal anymore.
Wait a minute. I didn't know nothing about no temple now. Hold on a second. And you see him kind of like reach over to his ear, and he like kind of presses against like the little front part of his earlobe, and you see him mumbling. And he like kind of holds up a finger to the group. He's kind of like shaking, nodding. They were over there, and he's kind of mumbling or whatever. And he's like, "All right, now, no, I was given very specific instructions. There's a little ship there waiting for you and everything."
Unless the ship is going to take us to the temple, I don't think that's what we requested.
I mean, the temple's like closer, but like that's not going to put you on a boat.
I'll turn to Hasjhad and get my best gnomish angry face on and be like, "You messed it up again. We set the temple, not a ship."
Give me deception. Like, are you trying to lie? Like, what is it? What are you attempting to do?
It's a half truth.
It's a half truth, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to deceive the guy to make it seem that Hasjhad messed up.
Yeah, I can help with that before he even tries to roll anything. Because I am also lying right next to him.
Do you want to? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Sure.
So what?
Unless,
What do you
unless
want?
I'm persuading the guy to think that Hasjhad messed up.
No, that's lying.
So do you want me to roll with advantage?
Well, I don't think you're gonna
14,
roll. I
18.
think. Okay, yeah. So 18 plus whatever your deception modifier is.
Plus 1, which makes it 19. And just for shifting giggles, I'll use my reaction to add a plus 5 on top of that.
Okay.
For 24.
So the guy, he's listening. He's like, "Oh wow! I mean, that's a pretty big mess up. You know, the services that you're talking about it's I mean, sure, I guess we can do that instead if you like. It's actually a lot easier, so I don't mind at all. I just got to get you to the city. I don't care where you want to go. I'm just gonna take you where you need to go.
Well, to the temple and back again.
Oh, no, there was no return trip involved. I don't do
Well,
return
you
trips.
said this is a lot easier.
Yeah, but no. My job, I have a certain number of like a certain amount of time for my part of the job. Now, you know, if I take you to a different location, that's fine. But like once I get you to your location, my job is done. So if you want to cancel the boat trip, that's fine. You go ahead and do that. It had nothing to do with me. I don't even care about that. And he's sitting there like kind of scratching at his his beard, stuff like that. Kind of, and it's still raining. He kind of like, just like wipes some like wet stringy hair from out of his eyes and whatnot. He's like, so what's it going to be? You want me to take you to the temple? I'll take you to the temple. And I heard something about like a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
We point to the bloated sack. That's
It's like, ooh, that don't smell too nice, right? Ooh. He's like, ooh, yeah, I came prepared for that one too. So,
The reason we need to go to the temple.
all right, so we can go to the temple.
Yes.
All right. So he pulls out like a bolt of cloth, like out of a pouch, and then he kind of like unravels it, and then he kind of like whips it out like a big sheet, like he's about to set up for a picnic kind of deal, and he kind of like spreads it out on the floor, and it just looks like a big massive sheet. He's like, all right, now just don't step on the cloth or anything. Just go ahead and I can't lift your friend here, and I don't want to like roll him onto the sheet. Oh, sorry about that. But go ahead and just go ahead and place him on this sheet whenever you get a chance, please. And
yeah, we can drag him over.
all right. And RV will help, I guess. Oh, he is a big boy. Okay. And then out of another pouch or whatever, he starts pulling out all these like cloaks. He's like, here, you go ahead and put one of these on, and just once you draw up over your face, it'll kind of like mask your your appearance a little bit, and he creates like a little hologram in his hand of a hooded figure that's kind of wearing like, I guess like it would be like I guess now like Tiamat type garb, whatever it is. So these cloaks are gonna look like or like the image or whatever, it kind of looks like they're wearing like cloaks that are made out of like these really tiny little dragon scales, and they have the holy symbol hanging from the front, but the head is covered in the hood and the cloaks are completely wrapped around, so you can't like really see any features. But he's like, yeah, go ahead and put one of these on, and just focus for a little bit and make yourself look like this here. And the little image kind of the hooded figure like rotates in his palm, so you will see what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, I'll don the cloak.
Yep.
Same.
Yeah, so he does that, and you all just quickly focus on that image, and you all look at each other, and you can see it's, you know, slowly morphing, and you all just look like these, you know, hooded figures of, you know, your appropriate size. And then he takes like the cloth, and then he kind of like wraps up Esbjorn like a big burrito, and then eventually you see him, and he just starts like kind of rolling the material in on itself until it becomes like this little bolt of cloth again, you know. So it looks like a little, you know, burrito, maybe like a foot across by like, you know, say 5 inches in diameter, and he just kind of like tucks it into like a little rucksack, and he's like, all right, huh?
Fascinating. What is that?
Oh,
What
this here, we usually just move stuff around. It's like a little portable hole. I don't understand how it works too much, but it's kind of, you know, you just put like things in there, and you know, it just helps kind of, you know, helps with transportation of different objects. But he's like, all right,
Intriguing.
I'm sorry, say it again. What was that?
For who?
Well, both of y'all. It was Tyler and Tati.
Just like, oh, intriguing.
I said I had to make one.
Yeah, these are real nifty, especially in my line of work, you know. But all right, look, I'm gonna get us through the city. All right, just don't say anything. Don't mess this up, because, you know, if that's the case, I don't know you, and like I'll just say that you like cast a charm on me, and, you know, so just, you know, keep it quiet, and we're gonna, you know, we're gonna do this nice and easy like. I'll get you to the old temple, and then you can have a great day and figure out whatever you can do from there. So all right, let's make it happen. So all right, so all right, so he looked in at everybody, and he, you know, he does his robe thing too, so he looks like you guys, and his robe is a little tiny bit more fancy, you know. It'll be like, I don't know, black scales with like, you know, red scale trim and whatever. So you all walk into the city, and you can see the massive city walls, you know, standing before you, and the guards standing on either side, and, you know, the mounted orcs on horses and wargs traveling about. And he just kind of walks up to one of the guards, and he like produces a small scroll, you know, and he shows it to them. And then the guards are like, you know, welcome to the city gates, Dragon Lord, and, you know, we hope you enjoy your stay, blah blah blah. And these orcs, they seem, you know, pretty cordial and very formal, you know, not like the savages or barbarians that you're either used to dealing with or hear about. And within, let's say, a good hour and a half, he gets you to the temple, you know. So it'll be, let's say about 6 in the morning, you know. He'll get you to the front of the temple, and you know, he kind of like, you know, goes around the side with you all there, and he's like, all right, well, you know, let me get my cloaks back, and I'll give you your friend, and you know, may Kimball bless you all, and, you know, help you find your luck.
Oh, he's still around. Interesting.
So we're outside of the church.
Yeah, you're outside of this massive dark stone church temple. Sorry, you know. So you're on the side of it, but yeah, like kind of not in the alley, but, you know, not in the front.
Can
like
we
a little.
perhaps get inside?
I'm sorry, say again.
Can we perhaps get inside? You seem to have a much easier time moving him than we do.
Well, I mean, just walk right through the front. You know, the main thing is getting through those gates. You know, once you're on the inside, you know, I mean, you won't really tell by, you know, looking around right now, because only crazy people are up at this time of day. But, you know, I mean, there are lots of diversity over here. It's just getting, you know, through those gates and whatnot.
No?
All right, and I'll take my food off and hand it over.
Yeah, I'll hand over.
All right. Yeah, so he collects his stuff, and, you know, he'll start unraveling it again, and kind of like, you know, full, you know, Esbjorn out from inside the cloth. He's like, yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, whatever it is you're trying to do, they'll hopefully be able to help you here. Just be careful because these dragon lords inside here, they can be a little tricky sometimes. You know, they're like I guess like a good lawyer. You know, if that makes any sense, if there is such a thing.
That's a risk. I guess we'll have to take. Thank you. Is there a way to contact you guys again?
Well, I'm sure you know your friend over whoever set up the original deal. You know, I'm
but
sure
just,
they can.
just in case something, happens to our contact in the group. No, he might sprout more wings and fly away one day. You never know.
Well, I'm not really. I'm more like a subcontractor. You know, the way it works here. In order to find me, you're gonna have to find me through somebody else, if that makes sense. You know. But so I just hope your friend here does not sprout an extra set of wings and fly away from you, because seems to be the only person comfortable with people around this city.
Very well, I guess we wait.
All right. So all right. Well, good morning, good evening, whatever it is to y'all.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. You know, may Kimbo provide a better fortune for you. You know, and have a good day. You know. And he starts walking off, and you can see, you know, when he gets about like 15 or 20 feet away from you, his image shifts to like an elven female. You know, and he just starts kind of wandering off through the town.
And that guy reminds me of someone. I knew a guy back home. You know, he lost his teeth in a horrible accident. And
Doesn't sound good. I'll recover as beyond 40. Throw him over my shoulder.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, on my last religion roll, do I like Shen's scales versus Tiamat's scales are obviously different. Would I know based on that last religion roll if there was just like
Any animosity there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the general consent, Dragonborn for the most part aren't fans of dragons, for the most part. You know, but you do hear of some Dragonborn who actually pay tribute and treat dragons like gods. There are some who just completely hate dragons and don't want anything to do with them. You know, as far as like the scale difference, you know, gold dragons generally are good. The chromatic generally are not, but dragons themselves, they don't necessarily fall to the quote unquote classic, you know, good, evil, law, chaos kind of things because they're so intelligent, you know.
Less
So
divisive.
yeah. So I mean, they have like their general tendencies that people judge them by, but you know, relationships between any, you know, it's not like, you know, a dragon, you know, a priest of Tiamat's going to see a gold dragonborn and automatically assume it's an enemy, or vice versa. You know.
Does it seem to be any activity on the temple?
What time is it? Like 8?
6 in the morning?
No, it's like 6 in the morning, still dark.
No.
Yeah, it's still like relatively quiet around here. You know, like in front of the temple, like there's like a big square, an empty square. You know, and you can see like some businesses and whatnot, but everything's closed.
Would the churches normally be kept closed?
Well, no, the church doors are open. You know, and you can see light coming from, you know, within, pouring out into the street down like these massive
We had
steps.
Perhaps.
head on in. Like
Perhaps
we
it
are
would be
replacing.
better to do that before anybody notices
Yeah,
us.
walk? We have confidence, people. Strut that stuff.
Like we belong.
Okay. Everybody, let me get just general a performance or deception check, your choice.
Oh no.
Yeah, dibs. If you get disadvantage.
Can I use guidance?
Ooh. Yes, you can.
All right, I'll
Damn,
cast
Shen.
guidance so that I just roll straight up.
No. Guidance will give a D4. It won't cancel the
okay.
disadvantage.
Okay, so I'll roll at disadvantage. And I guess it's just going to be a charisma check.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was the roll you asked for? Deception, right?
Deception or performance, either one.
Hey!
Oh, nice. Look at you.
Disadvantage.
Good deal. All right. So Jules, I'm not gonna roll for RV or Haji. So Jules, you're the only one. You kind of seem like you're a little bit timid. Or whatever. Everybody else, it's just like, yeah, whatever. And you all go in with the dead Esbjorn upon Shen's shoulder, or however he's being carried. And two human females come running up. They seem like they're a bit younger, not even 20, but late teens, and they're dressed in these like modest vestments that have a reptilian kind of motif to them and whatnot, and they'll come running up. It's like, oh dear, what's going on here? Oh, that stinks. Ooh. What is this? What's going on? Is this some kind of prank?
I'll let Dibbel take care of this one.
This is no prank. My friend is in dire need of help.
Well, a bath might be something I suggest. What happened?
It's far more serious than that. And we seek services to bring him back from the dead.
How long has he been gone?
I looked at Jules. I'm not as good at counting.
There will be still time if we have somebody that's skilled enough to help us past the 3-day mark.
Alright, so Ray's dead.
10 minutes. We're like halfway. Something like that.
Okay, so wait, Ray's dead's not gonna work, right? Or will a Ray's dead work?
Raise that works. Yeah.
Ray's dead. Okay. Alright. Well, we can provide the service. We do have scrolls on hand, and they are 1,500 gold coin each. So it's something that we can perform virtually at any time for you. We do get paid up front, of course.
What are their alternatives? We have been traveling for quite some time now.
Does that 1,500 include the price of the component?
Yes.
So if we had.
Wait, I think it does. Does it?
I don't know. You're
Yeah, it does. It does.
Your
Yeah,
territory.
I think it does. I think, yeah, that's what. Yeah. Yes, it does.
So if we had the component, and we just need somebody to cast it, will that knock it down to 1,000?
1,100.
Yeah.
Well, I got 490 gold pieces worth of ruby dust. That's all I have. I don't understand money.
Oh,
I'll
don't
risk
worry, we
losing
do.
for it.
We understand money very well. I'll tell you what. Come, let's bring your friend over this way, please. So you're not in the way. Come, and they'll kind of like guide you off to the side, like a little side chamber or something where you can all bring them inside. And it's like a 20 by 20, very simple room. You can see like blood all over the floor, and not fresh. It's all old or whatever. But and it smells a little funky in here. This seems to be like the dead friend drop off room kind of deal. So there's tables over there. Just go ahead and whatever it is that you're interested in trading, go ahead and lay everything out. We'll have somebody come in and praise everything, and I'm sure we can work something out here.
How much would you give for a bag of holding?
Bag of holding. Can I see it?
Yeah. I have to get it out of my bag real quick. And I'll... Crazy plan time. I'm going to deactivate, because I get to do this once a day. I'm deactivating the +1 enchantment on Hasjhad's armor and taking out a pouch and turning my infusion into a bag of holding.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Let's,
the tricksters.
okay. All right, let me do some reading right quick.
It might take a little bit of time. They'll let me. It's a workable bag of holding. There's nothing. I just might need a little.
How long does this take to do, and like what's involved?
Yeah, hold on, let me look.
Can you have the book right on Roll20?
Yeah, the book. I have the. Where is my infused item?
Let's see, Artificer.
When you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and view it with one of your Artificer infusions. Yeah, I just have to touch it. You know, pull it up real quick.
Sounds pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Artificer infusion. You can touch a non-magical object and view it with one of your infusions.
By reading that, it happens instantaneously.
Okay.
I just have to touch the bag and it turns into a bag of holding. But Hasjhad loses his enchantment on his armor because I only can have 3 infusions up at a time.
Okay. The oldest infusion ends immediately. Would the oldest infusion be his armor? Like, what are the 3 items you have floating around right now?
Well, I did RV and Hasjhad's at the same time, so I guess we can roll between the 2. One of those 2 are going to end.
So, did you have something for yourself?
Yeah, I have a +1 on my pistol, but I did that like way before. The last 2 I did were after I met the group. I did RVs and Hasjhad's.
Okay, because it says if you go over your maximum, the oldest infusion ends. So then yours would end, your wand.
The oldest? Okay. So I have to double touch. I guess. We'll be over.
Yeah, so you
I
lose...
can go with a pistol for a day, so it's only gives me a +1.
Alright, so triggering the trickster.
Something is ending for my infusion, and we have a workable bag of holding.
Okay. And for all intent purposes, it's just a bag of holding.
Right.
The oldest infusion. Wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty...
so my pistol, I'll lose +1 on my pistol and the ability to ignore half cover until I re-enchant some.
Okay.
I can pull up my enhanced focus right here.
That is pretty freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Alright, so...
Let's think of crazy plans, man.
This is crazy. Alright, so,
Make Haji proud.
okay, so... Alright, so you can do that. Bag of holding. Wow, this is very interesting. They'll look at the item and, okay, show me how it works. Pull something out of it for me.
I'll take the diamond, I guess. I'll put it in the bag, close the bag, shake it around, have them stick their hand in the bag. If they're not thinking about the diamond, they won't get it, and then they'll say, oh, just think about retrieving a diamond from it, and then, poof, diamond.
Okay, let me get a... Oh, this is gonna be tough, because you're kind of lying. I mean, it's not... They're gonna ask you if it's permanent, Let me get a persuasion with advantage. Let's do it like that. Oh, nice. No, not that it's not real, but you know,
Oh, it's a permanent. So
yeah.
that would be
So I mean, artificers, since they're going to be more common now, then these infusions would be something that are more
I don't know
common.
what it is.
Yeah. So okay, very good. It's like, wow, this is really great. I mean, normally, you know, something like this, we would sell it for, you know, several thousand gold easily. I mean, would you be interested in trading?
Oh, if this covers everything, and I can keep my diamond, and nobody has to pay in, and call it even res for a bag of holding.
Where's for a permanent bag of holding? Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So they'll come. You know, the lady. You know, she'll give it to the other woman who's there, and here, go check this out. And yeah, this sounds pretty good. Actually, it sounds like a good deal. Great way for us to start the day. So excellent. All right. I'll be right back. I'll get the scroll, and I will cast your spell for you. We'll have you on your way shortly. And then she'll go leave. Ooh, you pissing off the temple. Okay.
Permanent. As long as I don't die, everything will be okay.
Holy shit. That's too funny. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you got about 10 minutes where you guys are going to be here by yourselves doing whatever. Do you want to do anything during that time?
Quiet.
Take a nap.
Right, nothing.
Just gonna act normal.
Okay. Yeah, you pulled it off. You feel exceptionally comfortable in here, Shen. You know, all right. You've seen temples like this, you know, back at home, you know, and the way they conduct themselves here is way different than back at home. Back at home, it's a lot more formal and strict, you know, where over here it seems to be, you know, a bit more nonchalant or, you know, casual, things like that. So, all right, she'll come back shortly with the scroll, and let's see. Let me make her roll real quick. Gotta beat a DC of 15. Oh, what the shit? Hold on, she'll give her some guidance. Ha! What the fuck?
Hold on. Oh, wait. I'll use my reaction. You mispronounced that word there. If you say it with a little bit more,
Panache.
emphasis, yeah, it'll work better, and I'll give her a +5 to the roll.
Okay.
Hey,
She's like, yeah, I had to clear my throat a little bit. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, and right, so she does that, and you can see, you know, like Dibbel's body start to kind of like float off the floor a little
Dibbel?
bit. I mean, not Dibbel, I'm sorry. No, Esbjorn, I'm sorry. So Esbjorn's body begins to like slowly float off the ground a little bit, you know, his legs and arms dragging down, like still almost touching the floor. And it's surrounded by like just this like bright green swirling energy, and then it kind of, the green starts like kind of fading, and it turns into like a grayish, like a gravestone gray, you know. And you know, you can see like, it seems like there's a dark wispy hooded figure that kind of rests over his body, you know. And Esbjorn, let me get a Constitution saving throw of DC 15. Without the -4. Don't worry about that yet.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Of course. I'm not ready. Hold on.
Whoa. Okay. Hold on.
back to being dead, you stupid bear. Jeez.
Okay. Yeah, so, she's there and she's casting the scroll, and you can see she's having a hard time with it, and eventually, you can kind of hear... Who here speaks Draconic? Anybody?
Dragonborn, maybe? I think I took... Yeah, I speak Draconic as well.
I do not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whoever understands Draconic will hear her, whisper to, like the hoodie, the black wispy hooded creature that's like floating over Esbjorn's body, kind of looks over to the priest as she's holding the scroll, and you hear in Draconic, she's like, we have a treaty. You have no power in this temple. And then with that, the that black wispy thing kind of just like disappears, like that kind of deal, like just kind of like bursts away into like wispy nothingness, and then the body falls back to the ground with a heavy thud, and you hear Esbjorn breathe, like really heavy labored breath, and it's like he's coughing up like old water that's still in his lungs, and things like that. But Esbjorn, you look now, your fur is a lot more shaggy, and the black is now kind of grayish, and so you're white and gray instead of white and black. And I need a charisma saving throw, DC 15. This one with advantage.
Advantage.
Okay. All right, cool. That's it. You're up.
Esbjorn.
And the female, she's kind of like, she drops to her knees. It's like this was very taxing for her.
Try to roll on my side, cough up whatever is coming up.
I look to the priestess, and then I look to Flint, and I say, I'll never forget what you've done for my friend.
You better not.
She's trying to... She kind of smiles, and... That was not easy.
Did something happen during it?
Luckily, no.
No. You were talking to somebody. I heard you. That's why I could help you with the scroll casting, because I can speak your language.
Oh, yes. Well, if a spirit has passed this plane, the longer it's been gone, the more difficult it is for Jelena to release her grip on it. So one of her nights of death, we're trying to prevent his soul from coming back to his body, or his spirit.
Ah.
But since
Any idea which one?
I'm sorry, say again.
Any idea which one?
Which one what?
Which one of his knives?
No. She just has lots of things under her control. But the longer the body has been at rest, the more difficult it is for her to release her grip.
I see.
Pretty much, like out of game, if he would have failed his save, then you guys would have all got into a big fight right now with some bullshit.
Not a problem. Let's ready for that.
How long are we allowed to stay in here before we have to leave?
If we're not really a hostel or hotel or anything like that, but the trade that you made with us was quite generous. So if you'd like to stay in this room for a while, you can rest for a couple of hours maybe. But I'm sure that other people are going to need this room eventually. It gets used several times per day.
Yeah,
I say 8 hours. Give me 8 hours.
Oh no, we've asked, but a couple hours should be. Just come check us out whenever you need to. This is probably stressful for a lot of you.
Need something to drink there?
I look to her with pleading, sad panda eyes and go, 8 hours, please.
Let me get a persuasion with disadvantage from you. I mean, not disadvantage, just regular. I'm sorry.
Come on, Dibs.
It's just pathetic looking. Panda.
He's like crying.
I'm
and
sure.
there's something-
I'm sure you'll be okay here for 2. 8 hours, I cannot afford you. If you wanted to rent one of our ritual chambers out, you can do that. But, you know what? Let me see what I can do for you. And she'll go like kind of like, she quickly casts a spell on herself, like a restoration spell. You would recognize it, Dibbel. And to try and so she perks up a little bit and then she leaves.
Easy now. Take it easy now. And I'm just looking at Ezra like from say like 5 feet distance on my like sitting down, just looking up.
He looks kind of nasty. You can see like little fleas and stuff kind of going all over
I've
his
been
fur.
prestidigitating this body for like 2 days.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. All right. So yeah. So he looks like. I'm sorry. Never mind. So no fleas or anything like that. And
No, so I do have 1 hit point. Okay.
I'm like not combing but like arranging his hair and just like from afar with my mage hand. I have my mage hand out there.
his fur is like kind of matted. He got like little tiny panda dreads.
Yay. Hold on.
Well, I think
And -4 global modifier now. Hold on.
we'll get you a bath as soon as we can. Let's see. How are you feeling?
Horrible.
Dibbel is just cradling his head.
Yeah, that was something. But here we are, and here you are. We're in Palius. We're in the Temple of Tiamat for right now, and probably not for much longer. We've been traveling for weeks trying to get you back.
Oh, took you long enough.
Yes, it did. But at least we had a couple of days to spare, so.
Oh, and Esbjorn, you are fully aware of how much time has passed.
Oh, I assume so. I assume so greatly. So
And I'll give you some some stuff on the side or whatever.
yeah, my equipment. I just have my symbol, my armor, my shield, my quarterstaff. Everything else is gun, right?
What were you buried with?
A group. What was I buried with? But I thought you said when we talked to Nutbard, you said that a lot of like I didn't have much with me.
Yeah. I recall that.
Yeah.
My staff.
Jules did leave her staff, but apparently that was taken.
Yeah, the rod. I remember her leaving the rod. That's so that you couldn't get up and leave. But as far as all your equipment, the group didn't loot you, right? I don't remember.
Dealing with the what?
You guys didn't like loot him, right? Like, did you
No.
bury him
We
with
did.
everything?
No, he went with everything. He got wrapped on because I had all that silk that we had
Right.
found, so I did wrap him on that, and that's why I wrapped his hands to my staff.
Right. Yeah, the rod thing, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you wouldn't. Yeah. So I guess you'd have your ring. which will no longer really do anything for you.
Hey, you can't say that out loud.
I didn't say that. I'm sorry. And yeah, whatever little stuff you might have had in like your pouch. Okay, so we'll do it like this. Whatever you had in your backpack would be gone. You know, like all the bigger stuff or whatever. So your weapon, you would probably you were buried in your armor, so you would probably still have that. You have your ring, and I guess whatever whatever coin you would have has been taken. So what do you have, or what did you have?
I didn't transfer a lot from my old sheet just because you said that a lot of stuff was gone. I have the Explorer's pack. That's pretty much, the Explorer's pack, whatever's in, comes with a backpack, right?
Yeah, so that would be gone.
Yeah, so I pretty much just have my armor, my quarterstaff, and my shield, I guess. Because everything else was in packs.
Okay, that'll work.
So I'll just delete everything.
Well, don't. I mean, is there anything? Don't delete it. Just you don't have it just now. You know.
Well, it's just a simple drag and drop from.
Right.
menu.
Okay. All right. Cool. Bubbles.
That way, just so I can get my weight,
Sure.
calculation. Chainmail, export back. Okay. 65 pounds. Damn chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All my stuff's on set. All right. I think my sheet is okay for now.
Oh yeah, and those 2 coins on your eyes, those would still be there.
Oh, wait.
What is it? 2 copper coins.
I can't see. I'll weekly use my quarterstaff to try to stand up.
I'll assist you in standing up.
Oh, you're new.
Yes. My name's Shen.
Hold on. For some reason, I'm this small thing. Hello. I am Aspuin. Thank you for your help if you assisted these guys in my revival.
I'm sure Arvy would give you a big hug, and Hasjhad, Hasjhad would, give a hug too.
Does his wings always out, or can he retract them?
He kind of uses them as like a split cloak right now, but
With
they're
my
always out.
perception, can I look at Can I tell that they're wings with my perception? It's a 15 right now with -4.
That's with the -4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, he has red wings and shit.
Yeah, I'll just kind of give him the sad, disappointed dad look.
It is not my fault. There has been a lot of things that have happened since you've been gone.
Yeah, I'm sure we can update you after you get some rest.
Oh, I'm awake now. Rest would be good, but I've been resting for how long has it been?
2 weeks, yeah.
Well, you've been dead. I don't know how stressful that was.
I don't know. DM, how restful was my death?
Not for you. It was not restful at all.
The opposite.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things that you've witnessed on the other side, which I'll get to you. It's all
Maybe
kind of blurry right now.
sleep. Hopefully I can. So, fill me in on what happened.
Well, we killed a few orcs, and some other stuff. And we ran all the way down to some place that there was no clerics. And then we came back. And that's about it.
Oh.
Well, that is the very, very abridged version of what we did, but
Yes, there was a
in
lot
summary,
more,
yes.
but I guess we can all explain that to you as time progresses.
Yeah, and yeah, when we're not here, we're still in the temple. We're still in Palius.
I'm so glad you're back.
I have missed all of you.
I love what you've done to your hair. It's very nice.
Thank you. It's Chanel number 5.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
The afterlife hairdresser really does a great job.
At least you haven't lost your sense of humor.
I was going to ask for water, but I thought that would be in bad taste.
Oh, I thought I was giving you some water. Here you go. I'm gonna offer you my water. Yeah, we should get you something to eat and probably a nice long bath and plan to get out of here as soon as we can.
Yeah, you're very hungry. You're starving. Your stomach
I
is
don't know.
empty. You started like eating into some of those, like, you know, whatever fat reserves you had.
Yeah, I get into my pack. I've always got some kind of food.
I do look buffer now, though. My strength is increased. Tell it now that I'm semi-skinny.
A short moment later, the woman, the acolyte woman, comes in. I'm going to take you all to a different room that you'll be able to spend until the evening service here. And because your trader was so generous, the Dragon Knight Lord saw it nice to, offer this. So if you could, come with me.
Oh, very well. Yep, follow along.
I follow behind him just to make sure that he's got his
Yeah.
stability.
I'm using my quarterstaff as like a walking stick.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little, your legs are a little bit wobbly. You haven't really stood on them for, a couple of weeks. And the out-of-body experience, like in the afterlife or whatever, you moved around. It was a lot easier for you to move around, back in like your earthen legs, I guess. It's just going to take a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, you're able to get up without a problem. And she just kind of takes you to, she takes you out into the main chamber and then through another hallway. And there is it's just like it's like a 20 by 30 room, and it has like a bunch of different like cots and tables and things like that. And she was like, you can rest here. And when the evening service is about to begin, you'll have to depart before that begins. So rest up. Welcome back. She looks at Asbjorn and
Just give a slight nod.
may the blessing of the Dragon Queen be with you all. And she'll leave.
Thank you.
And she's gonna get everybody's name and all this other shit for her registry. So if somebody wants to give her a bullshit name, just let me know. Otherwise, she's just gonna write down whatever you put.
I'll give her a bullshit name.
Okay.
I won't.
Flint's not wise enough to give a bullshit name. Espeon doesn't even know what's going on, so he'll give his real name. Well,
Real name.
real name. I am no longer Deadbjorn.
Have to have my mage hand help you write it because you're like going off the page really bad.
No. She writes it. How do you spell that? Blah blah blah. She has like a little ledger. Whatever. Okay, and then she'll leave. You know, and the accommodations in here are kind of modest, but it's warm and it's dry.
I sleep as long as I can sleep.
Yeah. Nobody's going to talk. I guess that's going to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, Jules just keeps watching you like way from afar, like she's not getting too close. But she's not gonna say anything. I'll stand and watch.
I can't talk about anything until I know what happened.
Yeah, it's still blurry. You just, I mean, as far as you remember, like right now, the only thing that's in your mind is you just see like massive battlefield with like endless hordes or an endless army of like undead and spirits and all crazy kind of shit moving in unison in a direction that you don't know. But you were within those troops.
Oh, that's unsettling.
I'll practice my techniques and forms right in the center of the room. Stay in high alert,
Okay,
just in case.
sure.
So, guys, hi, I'm Flint. Glad to finally meet the well-regarded dead panda bear. But do you think while we're in town I can find a library?
Well, they do have they used to have a really nice library here.
Well, Jules, you were in this library less than a month ago.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah.
And I'll tell him the general whereabouts of where I think it used to be, because that's why I was confused that I didn't know where the church is.
Right.
Are you looking for anything in particular, though?
Oh, I just kind of hit a bump in the road to my research, and I just need a little bit of, extra help to finish some stuff I'm working on.
Are you going to be okay going out there on your own?
No, I'm not going by myself. Are you crazy? I was just asking if there was a library.
What? I thought you said just to walk around town like you own it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not very stealthy. It was just an option. I do need to find a like a telescope thing, but that can wait. I don't know how I'm going to retrieve that. I just one. That portable pole though, that might work if we can
Yeah,
get
that
one
was very interesting. Well, I am interested in returning to the library. I was, after all, looking for something before my research got interrupted.
Do we feel comfortable spending extra time in this place?
Well, we certainly can't take him out just yet. We definitely have to find at least either an inn or find a way to get out of here before the next evening session begins.
Well, Shen, I don't know if you know any way to contact the Resistant. Maybe we could be of use actually being inside the city now?
Well, I wasn't with him very long, so
Oh, well,
I'm
no, that...
trying to think of something.
Well, I'm sure any recon that we can get from the city should be worth to somebody. Just not sure who. Can I look at the room now around and just make sure there's no possibly clairvoyant things going on?
You want to cast Detect Magic or something, or?
I guess I could. I mean, I would know what it looks like, even though I know it's not supposed to be obtrusive. At least just with the eye, stuff like that.
It's not invisible or something. If somebody's crying.
Yeah, an invisible sensor.
Yeah, so you won't see it unless you're casting Detect Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that as a ritual,
I'll
right?
do that. Yeah. I'll probably have started because that's my first concern, and that's why I haven't said a single thing in this place because I have
Okay.
trust issues.
Yeah, you do your ritual, and you're not really picking up anything about the room in particular, other than just a general, like a sense of holy magic. If that makes sense, kind of.
Mm.
But Hasjhad, whatever is magical on him is glowing.
Oh,
Mhm. Anything on Esbjorn?
Well, in addition to whatever anybody else has. Do you have any magic items on you, Esbjorn?
not anymore.
No. Yeah, so he doesn't glow. But Haji, you remember,
Mine.
when
I
you've
had a
cast this.
lantern of revealing, but
All right. Yeah, you remember Haji, when you casted this spell before, he would not glow at all, like nothing. But now he's glowing like normal.
Yeah. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Well, at least this place is safe for now. How soon do you think you can move? I mean, did Esbjorn go to sleep, or is it just me and Flint talking
He's,
now?
he's,
Sleeping.
he's probably he and Dibbel are probably like passed out in the corner. Like,
Panicado puddle.
yes, sir. Um,
Um, yeah, we at least need to find a safer place for them to be until
Yeah.
he's good to move.
we can stay here until night, right?
Yes, until night, but
No, she said
I'd
until
rather
the
have
evening service begins. So
Oh, yeah.
that's probably going to be
night.
around 6 or 7.
5.
Mhm.
Um, evening service. Okay. So we have a few. If we want to let the people that stayed up maybe sleep, I would hate to split the party, but I mean, people that are more aware could go maybe secure an inn or something.
Yeah, I would rather have something secure before they wake up and don't have to wait until the last minute when it's really busy.
That's a wonderful idea.
Go back to sleep.
All right, so, all right, it's 8 o'clock. Let's take our break here real quick. Let's get back here. Let's take a 20-minute break. So 8:20, we'll get back here. So think about whatever it is that you want to do, and then yeah, we'll pick up when we get back. So we shall return. All right. Okay, so you were all discussing. All right, so you were all discussing, I guess, trying to find an inn or a tavern or something.
And the library.
In the library. Okay.
I mean, I know we've only been in here, just a little bit, but nothing bad has happened. I wanted to breathe a sigh of relief. But
Oh,
maybe-
don't do that. That's
Oh.
a setup.
Okay.
Not until we leave.
If what that weird talking man said,
Huh?
we might be okay. He said once you get past the gates, we should be okay. Maybe we have a little bit of time to kill.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'll come with you if you don't mind.
Oh no.
Look over you too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we need to find some places. Hasjhad looks tired. Arpi has been not himself. Maybe they just need to take a break. 4 of us can go real quick. I don't want to assume Dibbel's following, but I don't want to leave him out either. I feel we had a breakthrough today, and we could become friends.
He's a little tired as well, and I think he's the best to keep an eye out on everyone.
I'm sorry. I am opening a prepackaged yum yum.
Yeah. So yeah, we can go out.
A yum yum.
Mm-hmm.
Find a place to rest, move party, and then maybe plan from there.
Yeah, that sounds best. Let's do that. On the city, when we were walking by, I know it was too early, but did we see like what kind of people are walking around?
Well, because of the weather, it's really hard to like pick out like different types of races because most of the people are wearing cloaks, like hooded cloaks.
Yeah, but do we see a mixture of medium size and small?
Yeah. I mean, there's more mediums than smalls,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it's a decent mix.
Well, it doesn't seem like we're gonna have too much of an issue walking around town as long as we're not.
Do we have to wear cloaks? Is that like a thing around here?
Nah, I think it's just the rain. I'm going to keep my detect magic on. Well, that's 10 minutes, so I'm assuming that it's still within that. So we're gonna find an inn first.
Yeah. I'm not familiar. I mean, I've only seen, since I'm from Carthenia, I've only seen like maps, overland maps. I'm not actually familiar with the city, so you're probably our best bet because, for what Shen said, he probably not going to be much use here either.
You're correct.
Well, I guess let's get going then. I'm going to start heading out, and if I see one of the acolytes, then I will ask them about the recommended places to stay that are quiet and don't see a lot of visitors.
Let me get a general charisma check from you.
Okay.
Okay. A different acolyte, male half elf, talks to you and says, Well, if you're looking for something that's not too bustling, there's actually a nice inn just by the southern gates over here, and he kind of like points like kind of to the south a little bit from where you guys are. It's called the Flaming Ox, that one there, and it's by the southern gates.
Is that the closest?
Yeah, it's maybe a couple 100 feet away.
Ah, fantastic. Our friend is still a little tired from earlier, so thank you.
Yeah, no
We shall check it
problem.
out. I am going to head out that way.
And following.
All right, so
You guys wouldn't have any spare robes for this rain. I'm afraid we were not prepared for this when we left.
spare what? I'm sorry.
Robes.
Spare
For the rain.
robes for the rain.
Oh,
I mean, no, not really. But I mean, there's on the other side of the square over there, you can there's a clothing store. You should be able to buy some cloaks in there.
very well.
All right. You know what? Just because I'm in the giving mood today, I'll tip him a gold piece.
Kind of looks at it and bites it. Like, all right, thanks for the donation, eh?
Okay.
No problem. Yeah. Not the devil, it's the dragon.
Okay, so I guess I will first. How far is the store? Can I see it from where I am?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys, let's say he'll take you outside the temple. Oh, excuse me. To like the front, of the temple, and he just kind of points across the square. So, the other side of the square, maybe 60, 70 feet across or whatever. In the middle of the square is a nice statue of Tiamat with the 5 different heads. They're not different colors. It's all just stone, and there's water, coming out of each of the heads into like a big, fountain basin, underneath them. And then, there's a couple of shops right on the other side.
Should we get everybody something to wear for when we're moving about?
I mean, you have two fairly large, not in stature, people back there. Maybe they should be best to be fitted.
I mean, I guess I can tell them how big they are, and I'm gonna move my arms like around, and they don't seem wide enough for either of them.
I think even if you and I stood like shoulder to shoulder or hand to hand, like probably could not even. Shen probably could do it.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to avoid them being out when there's more people on this.
Oh, yeah.
The cloaks might at least help a bit.
Shen, you up for some shopping?
Yeah, I'm down. Either
What-
way.
What size do you like? 100, 50, and then like 65?
But I don't speak numbers.
What is up with all the guys not speaking?
I just spoke number. I don't know.
We're gonna go to the store, and I'm just looking straight up
let's
for
go.
a cloak.
Yeah, there's a pretty decent, you walk in here and there's like a bunch of different racks, with all different types of cloaks. Some of them are like lightweight, some of them are heavy wool, all different types of colors from, muted earth tones to even like something that would be like, bright red or even yellow or, so there's all different types of things here. And you were able to find, whatever sizes you're looking for and whatever colors you're looking for the most part.
Fantastic.
And they were like, what, like 2 silver pieces each? Something like that?
Silver pieces.
I mean, unless you want to get something fancier. Yeah, it'll just
Nope.
it's 2 silver pieces per cloak, regardless of the size and color.
Okay.
There we go. Split it. Why I can pay for it. It doesn't matter.
I think you've paid for enough. And I'm gonna look at him, just like side glance him. I'm not sure where you got that from, but I think you've paid enough.
That cost me nothing.
Yeah, and the person who's running this store is a really well dressed, half orc male, kind of on the thinner side. Hair is really well kept and has like a really well kept, like very thin mustache and like a chin line beard. Like just a line or whatever. Things like that. He's wearing a nice tunic with a form-fitting vest over it and a nice pair of pants and a nice pair of boots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay for all 4. I mean, all 7.
Okay.
I'll pay for 1 gold piece and then 4 silver pieces.
Okay. Are you getting any specific colors? Just all dark or?
Staying with what I've seen, pretty much just trying to model, like trying to merge with whatever I've seen outside. So if everybody's using darker colors,
Yeah,
I'll have,
most
like,
of them are
different
darker.
shades.
Yeah. So browns, grays, blacks, dark blues, dark reds. Whatever. Mostly darker colors.
Yep, I'm sticking with the darker colors.
Okay.
Dark green might be if we have to go out of town. Maybe dark green will help us in multiple ways.
Why is that?
I'm thinking like blend in the woods.
Does this look like it would blend in the woods?
I mean, you can
Unless
find,
we cut it.
yeah, you can find, different shades of greens and, whatever that you feel might help. I mean, no mechanical benefits, but,
Yeah.
they are more leafy colored. But remember, it's autumn out, so like most of the trees and stuff out there are, reds and oranges and things like that.
Right.
Well, it's not autumn, but the colors, autumn colors are out.
Fabrics. Do they seem to have fabrics in here?
Just like bolts of fabric.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I show them what I have left, which is 8 square yards of black, 6 square yards of green, 3 black. Just, I know one of them are supposed to be magic, and I will probably have my detect magic on, but I just want to see if they're gonna praise it, so I can get rid of it. It's heavy.
No, it wasn't magical, but it would be like of fine enough quality to enchant. I think that's what it was, right?
Okay.
It didn't glow magic, right? I didn't give you a school.
No.
Okay, yeah. So it's just really high-end fabric. So, oh, lady one, what are you trying to do with this? This is really nice stuff you have here.
How much would it be worth? I'm a little tired of carrying around. I'm not a seamstress myself.
Tired of carrying it on. Well, let me see what we have here. And he'll start like unraveling everything and looking at like the seams and the edges, and he kind of like picks off little tiny pieces of lint and whatever. This stuff here is the black cotton. This one's really interesting here. That one, I'll give you a gold per square yard on that one. The others, I'll give half a silver each per square yard.
What's
So
so
what-
interesting about the black one?
This here, it's this fabric here. It looks like it's something that I see like the dark elves wearing. Maybe something from the Underdark.
Huh. Can you make something with it?
I mean, I'm a master tailor. I can make whatever you like, but I'm not much of a magic user. My magic's with needle and thread, not with the arcane. It's a bit beyond me, really.
Of course.
Why, of course. What's that supposed to mean?
No, of course. I can see by your boots you deal in very fine equipment. I was just trying to get something to cover myself with, but I don't think I have the luxury of staying in Palius much longer. So I think I will just sell it all.
Yeah, I'll take it all off your hands right now, if you like.
Sure.
So it's like 10 gold total, I think.
I'll do the math in a little bit. So half silver per square yard, and then
Yeah,
one
so
gold
8 plus 6
per-
is 14, divided by 2 will be 7, and then 3. So yeah,
Good
10.
deal.
10 gold.
Okay. Oh, I can get that inventory.
Wow, that's the first money we've made, and
So wait, what you guys? What do you? You don't have any of those animal pelts? Like what do
Nope,
you?
they were left on the boat.
Oh my god, you guys!
we're poor.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, thank you. I'm sure my friends will enjoy this.
The corn. Everybody enjoys corn.
I mean the robes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course. They're all very finely made. I made most of these myself.
I'll nod and I'll leave. I don't know how much all of these things are going to weight, but I'm probably going to dump them in the inn next day.
Yeah, a couple pounds each, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so going off to the inn.
Yeah. The,
Alright, so-
the ox,
So who is it? You got Flynn, Jules. Who's with you?
Shen.
Shen.
Jen.
Uh huh.
That's it.
Oh, okay. All right. So where are you guys going to? The Flaming Ox?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can see down like you're like off of a major road, or on a major road rather, and it heads straight to another massive entrance, in the wall, the gateway, and you can see a nice bustling tavern. People coming in and out, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. What time do you guys want to say this is about?
8:30? 9 maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, what? We got in there at 6. Let's say 7:30 by the time the ritual was over.
Gathering and crying and all the good stuff, another hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe it's closer to 10. Maybe.
I mean, whatever works, for
I
you
don't
guys.
know. I'll leave it up to the wizard.
People in the sky. And I'm gonna look at the inn being so busy, and I'm like, I very specifically asked for a place that was quiet. And I will go in.
All right. Yeah. As you get there, as you guys arrive, somebody's leaving, and they'll hold the door open for you. A half orc guy who's, wearing like furs and, whatnot.
I
Seems
know.
like
Thank you.
seems like a really nice gesture for somebody who's dressed the way he is. He just kind of nods and kind of walks off or whatever. And you go in here and it's inside here it's probably like 40 feet across, 20 feet deep, and there's maybe like 6 to 8 round tables. Half of them are filled. Most of the people are up around the bar where they're not actually sitting. It's like there's no chairs there, so it's people like kind of just like picking up food and leaving with it. So that's actually like where most of this traffic is coming from. It's just people like kind of coming in and out to just pick up things from the counter. There is a goblin sitting by the fireplace, and she has like a little lute, and she's there just kind of like strumming something that's think of it like a power metal ballad, so it's kind of like a little aggressive, but like on the softer side of it, if you can imagine that combo, whatever that consists of in your head. And yeah, it's a mixture of patrons here, humans, half elves, elves. You'll see like a single dark elf, a couple of dragonborn, half orcs, a tiefling or two. It's a decent little mix for the limited amount of people that are in here.
I will walk up to whatever seems to be the counter.
Okay.
If there's a chair or something that I can prop myself up.
No,
I'll do that.
no stools or anything.
Otherwise,
So it's just a bar of people
Oh.
there. So I mean, like,
yes, I'm just going to try. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, just trying to get their attention because I'm just a towel.
All right. I mean, you want to like knock on the bar or something?
Yep.
All right, you can do that. And half orc, like kind of bare chested but wearing an apron, kind of like leans over. Like, you're a little one, aren't you? What can I help you with?
Rooms. We're looking for a couple of rooms. If you have some.
Yeah, because we have plenty of vacancy here in the Flaming Ox. How many rooms are you looking for, and how many beds per room?
Let's get 4 rooms. 2 beds each.
Singles or doubles?
Doubles.
So all right. So 4 rooms with 4 double beds. Is that right?
No. I only need 2 people per room.
Oh, all right. So single beds. So 2 single beds per room, and it's 4 rooms. All right. How long are you looking to stay? Is it just a day, or you're gonna be in town for a while?
Well, we might be here for a while, but we're not quite sure yet. So can we start with a day and move from there?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you could do it by the day, and if you want a weekly rate, you could pay for that up front. But each night here in these rooms are on those single beds. The moon's going down. We're looking at about 3 silver pieces per room per night.
That's fine. And I'll take my pouch out and...
I'll hand you gold over to Jules before she gets money out.
What's
What
that?
will do?
What's your passive perception? Everybody in this place?
10.
9.
Shen?
Oh,
15.
15. Okay.
Thanks, Shen.
Yeah, you notice the dark elf. There's only one dark elf in here. Dark elf male, and you notice that he's kind of looking over at what you guys are doing. He seems to be paying extra attention. But the half orc guy, he kind of he takes his hand and kind of like droops it over the counter to reach down with his hand open, and I guess he'll take whatever coin you're giving him. So it'll be 12 silver total, or 1 gold and 2 silver.
Yep.
He's like, all right, check out here is around 1 p.m. or so. Just make sure you don't mess up the place, okay?
of course.
Otherwise, enjoy. There's a bath at the end of the hallway. It's a community bath, so can't really guarantee it's gonna be clean or anything, but it's something, And
Are there any more private baths around here?
well, yeah, we do have private. Well, some of the higher end rooms, they have the private baths in them, but we don't have. We only have like the baths for the floor, and then the private rooms have their own little private baths. You want to upgrade?
I want to upgrade one of the rooms.
Yeah, that's fine. It's only an extra 2 silver pieces.
Sure. And I'll give him the last 3 that I have.
Okay. Oh, thank you so very much. And he'll pull out, 4 keys, give them to you. Make sure we get these back, all right?
Of course.
All right.
For sure.
Are you
Mr.
Mr. Barman?
Mr. Garment. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay. And I'll give one of the room's keys to Shen.
All right.
Let's see, who's... I'll give one to Flint.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I'm trusted with this.
Just to move it. Or you're paying for it. Should we go with the others, or do you think we have time to check out the library?
No, it might be maybe better to move them now.
They're sleeping. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
not bad.
it's up to you. I mean, if you trust that they'll be safe there.
No, I do not.
Oh, but
Just move them.
May I say something?
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We're being watched by somebody in here.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a feller across the room watching us.
Oh, I don't swing that way, but you can tell him thank you for the interest.
I shrug. All right. I guess we will wake them up shortly so they can have a better rest here.
Yeah. What does this guy look like, Shen?
He's dark elf.
Wow.
I try to like.
I mean, once he says that, like, you know, you all noticed there was one dark elf in here, you know, so, you know, it's pretty obvious.
Why does that have to be a defining feature?
Because it's rare.
Yep.
Oh, does he look? Can I insight check? Does he look aggressive? Does he look?
Yeah, go for it.
Is he just like staring because we look weird, or is there actually like maybe intent behind?
Yeah, just do it. I mean, you look over, you know, I mean, I'm assuming you guys aren't being too discreet. And you're just sitting there, like, you know, sipping on some wine or sipping on some kind of beverage. Okay. Kind of hard to read, you know, I mean, like, you haven't seen too many of them, you know, so as far as like a culture base goes, you don't really know what to go off of other than, you know, the limited rumors that you might have heard in, you know, back where you're from and whatnot. And yeah, he's just, you know, just a dark elf, just sitting there. He's wearing, you know, a dark gray cloak with all black clothing, and looks like a, you know, like a rogue kind of get up, you know, like there's little like knives and stuff all over like his chest, you know, like little darts or whatever, and you can see a rapier, you know, dangling from a belt. He's wearing gloves, long straight white hair, clean shaven, eyes are red.
Yep. Well, hopefully that doesn't, you know, bring us any trouble.
Yeah.
We
But
should go back.
You can know that he knows you're looking at him now.
Well, I mean, I would hope so, because I have glasses on that really, you know, make my eyes look bigger.
Just focus. Let's not get distracted by every little thing.
No, we're going back. I miss Dibbel. We should get him back. He's better at reading people than I am, so maybe he has input. Let's go get the rest of the everybody.
Yeah, I'm just like, he talks too much when he gets nervous. And go outside and walk into the rain. Back to the temple.
Okay.
I'll stare at the dark elf as we're walking out and give him a nod. Like a.
Gives you like a little nod back, you know. Like, I see you looking at me, looking at you. You know. All right. Yeah. You guys make it back to the temple without a problem.
Back to the room.
Yeah, go inside and whoever's in there, you know, chilling. So I guess RV would be there, you know, just helping everybody get comfortable and, you know, doing whatever. Hasjhad's probably sleeping in a ball, tail twitching in his sleep, you know, and Esbjorn is just knocked out, and Dibs is doing whatever
Knocked
Dibs
out.
is doing.
Yeah, I'm drooling on
Look.
Dib's shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, he's whispering, you know, in his sleep. There's so much honey. There's so much honey.
You know, it's almost a shame to wake them up, but I guess we better get to it. I'm gonna summon my mage hand, and, like, poke Esbjorn from afar.
Oh, you're gonna poke me first? Crap. Let's let me insight myself here real quick.
Jeez, there's no trust. Ooh,
26 plus -4.
22.
Okay,
I'll
nice.
take that as a non-threatening reaction. I'll just kind of like 10 more minutes, please.
We found an inn. I think it would be better if we go there. That way you don't have to be disturbed by the time the service starts in here.
Dibbel, make her go away.
Go away.
I'm gonna have my mage hand throw Dibbel's cloak at Dibbel. It's like smack. Put this on. Come on, we better go.
What is it, like some kind of soft material?
Yeah.
I pull it up over my head.
I knew that was going to happen.
Well, they look kind of cute.
Yeah, it would be a shame. Let's see. You know, I can just levitate them across the hall. Sure, that wouldn't look any interesting to people outside, would it? And I'm saying this out loud. I'm like really like, oh yeah, I could just levitate them across the hall. I think that wouldn't be an issue. Come on, guys, wake up.
Fine. And you say?
Yes, it's just across the road.
All right, come on, Esbjorn. We can. Let's get out of this temple.
The only inn I'm going to is if there's an out at the end of it.
Do they have food there?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do have food.
They do have food. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I suggest everybody secures their belongings. There's some sketchy fellow out there.
There is a person outside.
What color is he?
Dark. He's dark elf.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Can't stand you racist.
I'll put my hood up and wait outside and hand out the rest of the clothes and just wait by the door.
I'll don the cloak over top of my other ratty cloak.
Yeah, I have like my shield strapped to my back and cloak on. I'm still using the quarterstaff as like a walking stick.
What is this cloak material made of? Did you say is it something special or is it just a regular cloak?
Just regular.
Esbjorn, that shield that you have, was that also a holy symbol, or is it plain?
It's plain.
Plain? Okay.
Holy symbol was my ring.
Okay.
All ready?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Let's go. It's not too far.
All right. As soon as you guys walk outside, Shen, you see that dark elf kind of sitting outside on the steps with his back against, let's say, one of the pillars. And as soon as you guys come out, he kind of like quickly hops up to his feet. And he approaches. You guys are not from this area, I can tell. Do you need a guide or something?
We will get back to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's a long time from
Tomorrow. It is indeed.
now.
You'll
Yes.
excuse us?
Oh, yes, please. Go on ahead. Don't let me interrupt you on whatever it is you're doing. Yeah.
Dinner. Preferably.
It's actually second breakfast time.
It's kind of early for dinner, but I mean, yeah, I know you little ones like to eat a lot. But
Yes.
yeah, forgive me. I did not mean to interrupt you. I was just trying to be friendly to a stranger.
Oh, no, maybe. I just woke up from a long nap, but this might be a little bit forward of me. But would you like to maybe join us for food?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Where would you like to eat? Do you want to eat something fancy, something hearty? What is something light?
Is there a buffet?
A buffet. There is actually. There was a. Come this way. It's not too far. Maybe a good, 20, 30 minutes walk from here. But I know just the place. So many options.
I weakly give a shoulder shove to Dibbel. Like, you hear that? Buffet. Let's go.
Buffet. It's the only good thing about cities.
All you can eat.
Oh, this place has all the food you can eat, and there's even a couple of people who will eat you if you pay them enough. It's not like cannibalism, nothing crazy like that. But
Let's
some
not
people.
go there. Sounds awful.
No, it's very nice. It's very nice. Some of the best entertainment and service you will find in this city.
Do they have honey?
I'm sure they do. They have lots of sticky things there.
Priorities: honey, food, soft place to sleep, hot bath.
The bath, yes. The soft place to sleep. I'm not sure how much sleeping you will be getting in this place, to be honest. But I mean, who knows? I know they rent rooms out that are very posh. So I mean, if you want to sleep, if that's your kink, then sure, I'm sure you can have that.
We are tired.
We already have rooms.
Oh yeah. Food. That's what we
Food.
want.
Yeah. Food.
Well, yeah, this place has the buffet. Otherwise, I mean, you can go back to the Flint Ox. They have some decent food there. It's not no buffet, but it's up to you.
Let's
Whatever
go
you
to
like.
the buffet. Let's go to the buffet.
Come, yes, let's go to the buffet. You'll love this place.
I'm staying behind, and I'm just frowning and shaking my head, but I'll follow.
Okay.
Had
Shen,
Jules
you want
on top of
to
the
go to
bed.
the buffet?
Yes, sir. I love that.
Buffet it is.
Be able to make the walk, friend.
Food? I'll walk anywhere.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so he leads you to the city, for, a good 20, 25 minutes or so, and he's making idle chit-chat. He'll mainly talk to himself if nobody responds, but, he's asking things like, what brings you to Palius? How long have you been here? How long are you staying? Is there any information you want to give him? Or anything you want to ask?
No.
Nope. You're awful chatty, guy.
Well, I mean, I'm just being friendly to, you invited me over to eat. What are we going to do? Go to this place and just sit there and look at each other without saying a single word?
That would not be a bad idea, but I suppose that's out of the
Your
cards now.
guide. Not going to be our guide. I thought
Have you been in Palius long?
I've been here for, I come and go between the different cities, but, I've been coming back to and from this place for about 2 years now.
Different cities? Where else do you travel to?
All along the coastline over here. Sometimes, the alleyway gets me, and all different places. Wherever,
Got it.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I still got it.
What brings you to Palius?
Work?
What kind of work do you do?
It's work.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I completely understand the importance of discretion. That's fine. I don't mean to pry. I'm just, I figured you asked me, I answered your questions. Maybe you would do the same, but it's okay. We can do this one-sided if you like. If you're going to pay for my food, of course, But and it'll just keep taking you through the city, the streets or whatever. You can see now that there's a lot more people out. I mean, most of the people are still hooded and stuff, but it's pretty crowded. Like at any given point on a major street, there could be 50, 60 people walking around. Going from door to door or carrying about their business and whatnot. So it takes you to this place, and you see a nice sign in the front with you can tell the lettering definitely has like an elvish flair to it, very swirly and stuff like that, and it says the Druid's Rest, and you see like a silhouette of like a naked female on one side and a silhouette of a naked male on the other, and it says the Druid's Rest, buffet and entertainment. And so you open the door, and it's dark inside, and you can see, it's dark like a club is dark, So like you can see like different lights and stuff on the inside, and there's mist and stuff like that, and there's loud music, and there's people walking around, and all different kinds of things. The patrons here are all mixed up. Most of them are dressed fairly nicely. As far as the servers walking around, they are fairly scantily clad. You'll see like a tiefling male walking around in like just a little bikini thong, with boots, and like he has like bubblegum pink skin. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, sorry. And then there's like a lavender tiefling female, walking around, and she just has like a little string bikini or something, with something that's like high on her hips and like heeled boots, and there's like an elven female over here, and then there's like a male minotaur wearing, like the tiniest little thong that you can imagine, and
Stranger danger.
yeah, so and there's loud music, and yeah, things like that. I don't think I could play the song without flagged. So yeah. So he's like, "Well, come on in. This is the Druid's Rest, and let's get ourselves a table." Yeah, and he walks in, and
No, I was expecting.
This is not what we bargained for.
you said a
That is
buffet.
what you asked for. You asked for a buffet, and he brought you to one. Now let's
This
take a
is-
table.
We just want a buffet.
Do you want a private room? You can. I'm sure they'll like bring food to you, whatever you like
Just
here.
a buffet.
Just a buffet. Well, this is a buffet, and trust me, it is all you can eat here.
I'll go to the
look
counter
at-
and inquire about the prices.
Okay. What do you want? Like the buffet price?
Yeah.
And there's just the salad bar will be a silver piece per person. If you want like access to the buffet with like the good stuff, you're looking at, let's say, including drink, it'll be a gold piece per person.
Okay. So I will pay 7 gold pieces and 1 silver piece. I'm just gonna go to the salad bar and stay there, and everybody else. And I'm just mad because you could out of your mind coming here in the middle of freaking Palius. I'm just like, we're gonna get killed, and that's all that I'm thinking to myself. So I'm just gonna go there, pay for them to eat, and sit quietly.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm paying for the guy as well, so that's 7 gold pieces.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. So. The person who takes your coin is just like, pick an empty table that'll seat you all, and grab some plates and help yourself. They give you like a little.
Crushes it immediately. He just starts crushing it.
All right, yeah.
I will. Somebody assist me.
You smell there, fella?
I'll have my mage hand kind of follow him.
Yeah, in this place, for the most part, not too many people are really partaking in the buffet. Most of the people here are actually being served. But you get to the buffet and you see like a big Luxodon, just in like a really nice, like a business type suit, and has like I don't know, probably like way too many hoop earrings in each of its massive ears, and it's like pierced, the tusks are pierced and stuff, and he's just like, he has like 3 plates that he's balancing on his massive hand and forearms, and he's just loading it up with all different types of food, and he just kind of like looks over, and the trunk kind of like waves to you. It's like, I love this place, it's so nice in here. The only place I can really fill myself up for this price. And then he'll just like, grab a couple of things, and as he leaves, he grab like a whole head of lettuce with his trunk, and then like kind of like eats it like an apple, stuff like that. But yeah, there's all different types of food here. There's a lot of seafood, or lake food rather, So there's like fish and freshwater mollusks, and there's fresh veggies and different kinds of meat, boar meat, deer meat, beef, there's chicken, there's, different kinds of, there's like small game-ish, corning hens and whatever they're called, and just all different types of like really nice food. Like, I mean, a lot of different things you could think of. So just have at it. And the music here is really nice. It's energetic, and I'm assuming why you're just gonna like fill up some plates and go back to your table.
Mm-hmm.
Is it loud enough to talk without, with it being difficult to be overheard?
Yeah, you can speak like, discreetly amongst your table if you like, without an issue.
Excellent. Exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's eating.
After my 3rd plate, we'll talk.
Okay. And the dark elf, he's there, He said, "Forgive me, my name is Jarl, and who are you exactly? Like, don't come. We're eating here. Let's make it nice with each other. Yeah, Jared.
My name is Bob.
Bob, it's a very unique name, especially for somebody of your kind. I've not seen. No, Jared. I mean, let's spell it however you like. Bob, that's a nice name, I mean, whatever. I'm not here to judge.
Okay, Jarrod.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Shen, is this the guy?
Wrong.
Yes, this is the guy.
Well, you have to forgive my manners. It's been a interesting couple weeks.
Oh, really? Tell me, what happened? What's going on here? Are you a mercenary? Have you encountered any of those resistance people?
No, never. I have never.
I know.
That is the absolute truth.
The truth,
But
yeah.
I have met many.
Oh, really? And you survived?
They're not so dead. I don't know what to say to that.
Can I?
Of course I survived.
While we're talking, I just want like a constant insight check going.
Yeah, go ahead and do it in your insight. Casting a ritual is going to be pretty noticeable. You're going to be pulling out your books and kind of chanting, and Okay.
And I should die more often.
I mean, he doesn't seem, he's just making idle chit chat. He doesn't seem.
Or like ulterior motives to try to get us to,
No, yeah,
say
it doesn't
something.
seem like. Yeah, he's just making idle chit chat.
All right. Yeah. So I don't know what's been going on. I'm not at liberty to say, but I would like to know why the interest, besides just us looking like we're not from here.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you're on this side of the walls. That would be my first thing. It does not seem like you are, how do I say, friends of the orcs or people like worshippers of Jelena or anything like that. I mean, the cat here, the Tabaxi, obviously he's wearing his symbol and he has his wings, so he actually looks a little familiar to me. I think I've seen maybe him on a poster or something, but I'm really not. I'm waiting.
What did the poster say?
But I can't remember. I really don't want to touch on this without Steven being here. But yeah, it definitely looked familiar to me somehow. But yeah, I mean, people come in and out all the time. Me, I tend to hire my services out as a guide, or some slight protection, or information, things like that. Look, I know what it's like to be looked at funny. I mean, my people, we're not really from this area, as you may know. So, I mean, when things are a little less common, they tend to draw attention.
I get that, I guess.
I'm eating lettuce. I'm eating cabbage. I'm eating potatoes.
I have all meat. as many turkey legs as I can get.
Older turkey legs.
Yes. I sat down with 2 mugs of ale. I haven't had one of these in a while.
So,
The server will approach the table. That large Minotaur guy with the little itty bitty bikini kind of stands right behind Jules. And kind of jiggles a little bit behind her. She doesn't see it, but it's there.
You leave her alone.
It's dangling. Everything okay over here?
You go.
And he's kind of shaking his head woo, woo. Kind of. If you need anything, just wave your hand. I'll come charging right over. And he kind of saunters off. You can hear his hoofs. As he walks off.
internal struggle to see if I really want to trust this guy or not. But I didn't roll pretty damn good insight. I have to roll it.
So, you say you've been all around the different cities, huh?
Yes. My line of business and travel go hand in hand.
So, do you know all your ins and outs in every town?
Well, not all of them. I mean, my exposure is limited. It really depends on what's going on. I try not to stick around in one area too long because I just like to keep it moving.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, completely understand. I mean, I spent most of my life on the ground, and coming up here to the surface, especially when the weather is like this, where I can kind of see normally, it's nice. The air is. I'd rather smell the trees than the mushrooms.
Yeah, I agree.
My only concern is if we were that obvious to you, who else would we be obvious to?
Everyone.
I mean, most people they're not going to care. The guards are the ones that you want to avoid. Most people here, unless you have a bounty or something, they're not going to care. Everybody here is just like everybody everywhere else. We're all just trying to survive.
you be able to find this passage to Kessman?
Sure, of course. I mean, the docks are not too far.
Do we still want to, guys? Do we still want to go to Kessman? I lean over to Jules and
Wait, I've been dead 2 weeks, and you guys haven't made it to where we wanted to go.
Do you know, actually, now that I think about it, going to Casman from here might be a bit of an issue. You would probably require somebody to forge papers and whatnot because the two cities are obviously not on the best terms right now.
well, it sounds like someone of your expertise is exactly what we need then.
Well, I mean, it's just about the payment. I mean, I don't have a boat. But I mean, I'm sure I can point you towards somebody who does have a boat who's willing to do this for you.
Yeah, I suppose we should at least make our way down there.
Not like the city nice or anything, but I think some of us have certain things to accomplish.
Here or in Casman?
No, in Kesman.
Well, then that's why I said we're going to Casman.
I was just making nice talk.
So how soon can we meet this friend of yours that can look into things?
Oh, yeah, as soon as we're done eating, we can go over there if you like.
I think some of my companions need a rest. So perhaps in the morrow would be better.
That's fine. I mean, I'm actually staying at the same place you are. So, I mean, if you want to maybe meet up for breakfast
How
or something.
convenient. We can do that.
That sounds excellent.
Players dropping like flies.
So, yeah,
Sorry,
so he's gonna, eat up his plate and finish up his drink, and he's like, well, I mean, is there anything else that you want from me? Otherwise, we can meet up in the morning.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, with that, I bid you all adieu. Be safe, and yeah, till tomorrow. Thank you for the food. I love this place, and make sure you tip well. You know what I mean? Even though. Yeah, make sure you tip well, please.
Answer me before he goes.
Oh. Answer who? Me or
Please.
Gerald? Jared.
No. Answer the whisper.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm trying.
Before he goes, just in case.
So funny, I'm looking at Esbjorn and Flint, the name. It's like those people on Facebook, like those couples that where one of them cheated on each other. So it's like they both have to have their name on the profile. Every time I see that shit, I'm like, which one of you cheated? And you're like, how dare you?
How do I... I guess it would have made it. 10.
No, not yet.
Darn it.
Not at this time.
Okay. Carry on.
All right. So yeah, so he'll finish up his food and then he leaves. Yeah, make sure you tip well, even though you got more of a buffet and stuff. The drinks they come to you, stuff like that, and they brought to you. So yeah, so he'll leave unless anybody wants to ask him anything else.
Before you go, Gerard, have you happened to see a throne around here that looks odd?
The throne. I mean, the only thrones that I would know of would be perhaps in Castle Doombringer, but I've never been there. What a peculiar question. A throne.
Oh, wait, I'm here too. Sorry, I've just been distracted. Have you a telescope?
Telescope? No. Sorry, I don't
No?
have one of those.
No, I haven't. No, have you? It's big. Probably like based in a building. Some giant mechanical construct.
Oh, the
So,
observatory.
Ah,
There actually is one here. It's not too far actually. When you leave here, if you look directly east and to the north, along the river, you will see a tall building with a dome top, and that actually there is a massive contraption of some sorts where they use that to observe the stars and things like that. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but that's the first place I would check out.
no. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I bid you adieu again, and I will see you on the morrow. Have a wonderful day, and thank you again. And I'll kind of, just wander off.
I kind of like him. Can we keep him?
No.
He seems alright.
Yeah,
I still
sounds
don't
interesting.
I don't trust him yet, though.
Ah,
People who are the nicest are often the worst.
he seemed. I didn't sense any ulterior motive. I mean, I'm a little dull with my senses, but I think I still have that down. Well, we can sit here. Do we have something to talk about? This seems like a good place to stay hush hush. I mean,
Does it?
what? I can't hear you over the music.
This place is obnoxious.
You either love it or you hate it. That's how the Druid's breast works.
Some memories of this place.
I want to play the song. I want to play it.
If you want to talk, it might be better to do it in our rooms.
I don't know. I mean, what's more noticeable? A bunch of people trying to communicate.
In their
over-
private rooms?
Well, not. I mean, if we were spotted that easily, I have just concerns, especially being that close to the gate.
Yeah, and also being in such a crowded area. I think you're tired.
No. Hey, see, watch this. Hey, anybody hear me?
No,
Exactly.
nobody's paying attention.
Exactly. Point proven.
Yeah. I mean, unless you do something to draw your attention, people, for the most part, they're preoccupied.
This just doesn't feel safe.
I'm sure they tested.
If you want to stay here and enjoy yourself, you're more than welcome to. I'm thinking I'm getting a little tired.
I'm tired, too. I just ate like 12 heads of lettuce.
Covered in honey. Destroys all nutritional value when you cover everything in honey.
What do you have in mind, since you seem to be in a talking mood?
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Well, I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'd just like to
Duly noted.
be, caught up on anything besides, hey, we went down, circled back around, and found you and revived you. That's a little basic. I think I would like to know more.
Can I debrief him of what is it?
17 days.
Yes, 17 days worth of history. In the most succinct and abbreviated and direct military report style that I can do.
Dibbel's sleeping.
Sure. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're intelligent enough to, I want to say, communicate whatever you want to communicate properly, as efficiently as possible.
I shall do that. Just in a very quick succession. It's just from the moment that he fell, the burial, and his... Yeah, pretty much. Actually, no, I'm gonna start when we met, just to be completely sarcastic and a jerk, and then move to when he got stuck by the water elementals, the burial, the following the tracks, the signs on the trees, trying to find a cleric for a couple times. The time that he got, no, that was after he died. Yeah, pretty much everything. I'm not gonna recount everything. That's a lot of stuff. But yeah, pretty much gonna take me like an hour or two, and I'm just telling him everything in just very straight off forward detail without stopping.
Okay. Yeah, that Minotaur will come by every 10 or 15 minutes, refill drinks.
And I'll stop when he comes,
And
and then start when he leaves.
More honey.
More ale. 2 at a time.
Whatever you want.
Honey.
Oh, I got your honey.
Just honey. Just honey.
Just honey.
Oh,
bringing
just
you
honey.
Oh, yes. And he's all into it. You don't remember what happened when who was it? It was Cell when Rudy was like, no, never mind, we'll stay outside. Yeah.
Of course.
So, yeah. And he'll go skipping off,
So yeah, so that should bring us up to today. Any questions?
We have, what happened to the peas?
I still have some.
Oh, good.
I made some too. And it was good. But we have some left, and I've still got some rice. And I've got these spices and salts.
Yeah, I seem to have been plundered of everything. Before we go anywhere. Rations for the road.
Well, I'll go up to the buffet and take my big carrier bag and start stuffing bread into it.
I'm so embarrassed. This is so tacky.
We're right off of the bar, right into the carrier bag.
That's too funny.
If only we had a bag holding.
We have you instead. Here. And I start handing him a bunch of bread. Here, hold it. Espion of holding.
There you go.
I'll just dip it in honey and just keep eating what he's giving me.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, the Minotaur will come back with, I don't know how to describe it. All right, imagine 3 bowls that are kind of like imagine 3 ladles, I guess, but they're bowls, a little bit larger, and they all connect to one thing. So it looks like a treble hook, a big treble hook with 3 bowls, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And there's 3 different types of honey. One will be orange, one will be a wildflower, and then one's a lavender. It's He puts it on the table, and you know.
Say, okay, bring another one of those.
Oh, I'm coming right back for you. Yeah, and then you know he'll go like saunter off again.
No, I think we should ask for his name next time he comes over.
Are we done? Are we like?
Oh yeah, sorry. I
I
was
don't.
distracted by. I've never seen somebody get so excited over honey. I thought people were not early once.
I'm gonna take
Right.
my water skin and I'm gonna fill that bag with honey.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's gonna take a while, but sure.
He can keep coming back.
That is too funny. Holy shit.
She told that whole story. That's what I'm doing the whole time is more honey, more honey, more honey.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you guys
So as he was saying that, as he was ordering more honey, like I started putting the tip on the table, and I started with 3 gold pieces. There's 4 platinum pieces down the table.
oh shit, okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna have the goblin come by and be like, "You'll be here for an hour." But you'll avoid that.
Make you buy.
You buy only now.
Well, I am glad you are enjoying your welcome back party, and I'm glad you're back. But I think we should go take a rest.
I suppose.
You're welcome to stay here. Here, and I'll hand him the 1 room key that goes to the whatever upgraded room is.
Okay.
Nah, you probably shouldn't be left alone. So I shouldn't be left alone.
Well, there's 2 beds in there, so.
No, I'm talking about just being on my own.
Oh, I am leaving. You guys are staying here. Jules is leaving. She's done with this place. Y'all can stay here. She's like, Have fun.
Tati doesn't like this place.
Neither does Jules. What's the point in this? This is such a waste. There's a library somewhere in here, and we're here? Of all places? What a waste.
We didn't choose this place. This place chose us.
Can anybody hear my
We
music?
said
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I
It's really loud.
Is it?
I can barely hear it.
It's kind of low on my end.
Well, I had to lower mine. Was really loud.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So, Jules, are you leaving?
Yeah. I'll leave the tip and welcome back. There's the room key. There are 4 rooms to our names. However you want to arrange it. I'll be in room number, whatever my number is.
Okay.
I suppose I'll see you later.
Which is the one with the bath? Are you taking the one with the private bath?
No, that's Esbjorn. He has that key.
Okay. So he has a nicer one. Okay. Is there anybody who's gonna leave with Jules?
All of us. Maybe.
No, y'all can stay. I'm expecting y'all to stay. I'm just like, nope, I'm done. This is enough.
What time is it? Like afternoon by now?
Let's see. It is probably in between 12 and 1 at this point. You know, you guys sit here for a while, eat real good. You know, it takes time to fill up that sack full of honey.
Yeah, and it took me 2 hours to tell the whole story.
Yeah,
detail.
telling the whole story. So it's probably like one-ish. Let's see.
I need a new water skin.
I need a water skin.
Yeah, we need to get supplies for Esbjorn.
You know, at the like on the way back, you know, you're gonna have to cross through the Tiamat Temple Square, and there's miscellaneous shops around there where you can get, you know, a lot of different, you know, mundane items without a problem. So
Let's go, Esbjorn.
Yeah, so just straight PHB prices if you guys want to do a little shopping, you know, on your way back or whatever. I'm sure Arvy's gonna want some arrows.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just
Yeah, already fill up. Yeah.
so we'll just remind Dez and Haji in between games. If they want to buy anything, they can.
Well, if we're all gonna start splitting, I guess Flint will go to the observatory.
Oh, you are splitting. Okay.
Yeah, well, Jules is going back.
All right. So Jules goes back.
Escort.
Who's going with Jules? Nobody.
I'll go back or back to the rooms. Do you mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the rooms. Just on the way, I'm gonna stop and get another water skin and maybe like some apples, cabbage, citrus.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I mean, the water skin. I think they're like 8 silver pieces. I'm not sure. So I mean, whatever PHP price is.
I have nothing.
I don't have it with me. And then, like various fruits and whatever else produce. Spend a couple silver pieces, and you'll be able to get a couple of things.
I'll it's just Esbjorn wherever he goes, and I'll pay for whatever he needs.
Okay. All right. So Jules, Shen, and Esbjorn are going back towards the rooms. Shen and Dibs are going to stop to shop for a little bit. Jules is going to continue on her own. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. And what, Esbjorn and Flint, what are you two doing?
Well, if Shen is going to assist me, I'll give him a shopping list and I'll go lay down. Screw it.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
take
so
a
then-
bath.
Okay, so then you'll go back with Jules then?
Yeah.
What about Flint?
What about Flint? I assume everybody's just gonna go shop real quick and then go back. Is that what Hasjhad and Arvi gonna do?
Yeah.
Flint's not gonna go off on his own if nobody else can.
Yeah, they'll definitely tag along because I mean, Haji still has a level of exhaustion, and Arvi needs arrows badly. The archer needs
Flint's not
arrows
stupid.
badly.
He's not gonna go wander off in the enemy city by himself.
Okay.
So he'll just stay with everybody.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Keeps it simple. Yeah, so go ahead and do whatever shopping you need. If there's something exotic or whatever, let me know and I'll give you a price. See if it's available. Otherwise, straight PHP prices for whatever mundane items you're gonna be picking up. And yeah, that'll take a little bit of time, and you can get back to your rooms without an issue. From what you're gathering with the number of people and stuff, and the guards that are constantly wandering the major roads, or the major streets, as long as you guys are out in the open, it actually seems relatively safe. I mean,
This
who knows
place
what
isn't.
who knows what the alleys are like, but out in the open in the major roads or major streets, it seems relatively, kind of think of it like an open carry place where it's like you don't want to mess with anybody because you don't know what they might have.
So the whole state I live in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's coming to vibe again over here.
Okay.
Yeah, Desrin will go try to clean up the best he can. Hopefully not have any water PTSD. Just scream from his room.
You got a high wisdom, you should be alright.
I'll give Shen an IOU and just a small list of basic stuff for travel, bedroll, rope, water skin, some rations. Pretty much like an explorer's pack.
Okay.
Explorer's pack should cover most of that, I think.
Before everybody heads out to their respective places, if I see Esbjorn heading out on his own, I'll just go to Dibbel. Why don't you stay with him for tonight? Just to make sure that he's okay.
Of course.
Now we have to figure out rooming situation. Yay. There's 4 rooms and 7 of us.
Somebody gets to sleep solo.
I have my own room. You all figure it out.
Oh. I guess Flint and Shen. No, I mean, that's probably.
Yep.
Where the, yeah.
Harvey and Hasjhad on the other one. That sounds good.
Yeah, so yeah, you're able to find whatever you're looking for without a problem. Get this sound going. All right, Jules, you're gonna be back in the inn. Esbjorn back in the inn, and then the rest of you are all gonna be shopping. Is anybody buying anything exotic?
I'm gonna ask the group who's shopping with me if Esbjorn always used quarterstaff, or is there a certain weapon that he was used to using? Yes.
I'm gonna be like, he didn't specify. I'm looking at the list and it's like all these chicken scratch. It's like his hand's still numb. I would say a quarterstaff.
Who's that?
Choice.
Who's out shopping with you? Flint, who never knew him, and the 2 people who aren't here.
Yeah, right. Why don't we get up in the morning and then we'll figure out what we went to shop for when everybody's here.
What would he do? Like he would cast like shillelagh, right? On the kind of staff.
Yeah,
I
they
think
use
that's-
quarterstaff all the time.
Yeah, so yeah, that was his thing. Yep.
No, well, you're saying that the other two that are shopping don't really know what he actually used to use because neither of them met him before he
Right.
corpse.
Yeah, that's true. True that.
Maybe they just end up getting the wrong things of the list because they can't read it and they're like, oh, this looks like a cleric thing, sure. Put it in the basket,
Yeah.
a couple candles and a cinder box.
All right. So what are you guys gonna get except beyond the explorers pack? What else are you getting?
Well, let me look at. Can I buy a 500 gold piece diamond with 100 gold?
you can certainly try.
Shen really doesn't need anything other than what was on that list.
Okay.
Yeah, if Esbjorn didn't use anything other than quarterstaff, he's not gonna pick anything special up for him. As a surprise.
Didn't ask for anything besides just a explorers pack, which I think I was looking at. Does have bedroll, tinderbox, torches, rations, water skin. Okay, so that covers everything that I pretty much need. Flint. I don't know. Let's get wild. Is there anything interesting in the shop?
I mean, there's all different types of shops around here. There's like an apothecary, and you can smell all like the heavy herbs and incense and stuff coming from within it. In the window, the glass, you can see a bunch of, dried flowers and other things just kind of hanging all around the edges or whatever. There is, the clothing store that you, that Jules went to before. Shen was there actually. Who was with you when you bought the cloaks?
Flint.
Was it Flint? Okay, so then Flint, yeah,
Flint
the clothing shop is there. There's a not a smith, but a person that sells weapons. You know, and that's where Arvy's gonna pick up his arrows and whatever things you want. But there are a couple different weapons and bows and whatever in there. Just random stuff. Nothing too exotic or anything like in this particular square.
Now, if nothing, that would maybe catch the eye of like a craftsman or something to then I'll just look around, window shop, but if I don't see anything, then I don't see anything.
Yeah, I mean nothing really like if you had maybe explored like a trade district or something more industrious like that type of area, but this is just just like general little bougie shops close to a temple. That's it.
Yep. Well, if you have everything, we can go back, I guess. Rumi, I have the key, so.
Yep, let's go back.
Sounds good.
All right. So yeah, everyone will make their way back, and I'm assuming you're all just going to your rooms and relaxing and doing whatever.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, everybody's nice and full. The food that you had at the buffet was absolutely amazing. Well made, fresh. So whatever it is you were looking for, you found it there, and it was very good. And that's this place itself. It seems relatively quiet in your rooms. Considering the lunchtime rush or whatever that's kind of like wrapping up downstairs. It's really nice and quiet in your rooms, which is upstairs either on the second or third story. The regular rooms would be on the second story. The nicer room would be on the third floor. And that one actually has like a little tiny balcony, outside of I guess what would be the great room, of this larger room with the bath and everything. The weather is kind of lightening up a bit, still raining, still kind of cloudy. The sky is still kind of reddish, but it's definitely not as bad as it was, the night before. And I guess let's wrap things up here, and that way hopefully are you guys just gonna kind of rest for the rest of the night? We can zoom to the next day, or like what do you want to do?
Yeah, get rid of this exhaustion. Yep.
Okay,
as long
cool.
as nothing crazy happens.
All right, cool. So we'll do that then. So we'll pick up, let's say, 7 a.m. Weather, light rain.
I don't want to do that.
What?
I want to adjust that. No, don't worry. I was trying to adjust the thing to
okay.
a -3 now.
Weather, light rain. Everyone take their full rest, and we'll pick it up next Wednesday. So today was interesting. A nice little role play session with a little bit of minor shopping. We finally got Esbjorn back, so that was kind of cool.
Yay!
You never got the name of that Minotaur, but you'll never forget the way he dangled behind Jules while she was sitting down.
Oh,
And,
haunt me.
straight to a strip club. Hell yeah! If I ever die and I'm brought back, that's where I want to go. And yeah, the Dryad's Rest. Yes.
Good times.
Good time. So yeah, good game, everyone. I had fun today.
Good game.
Even though we were shy 2 people. And James, why don't you do your quick shout outs and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, yeah, DND420.com. We're in the middle of our second season of being a better DM, and this one's about world building. So we're diving deep into giving some really nice creative advice to DMs who might struggle with that or might be building the first world for the first time. So come check us out. We also have a couple of other programs going on. DND420.com.
Very cool. Right, and then make sure you show us some love, on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, the D20 Initiative for all 3
And
of those.
tomorrow.
And tomorrow, Tyler's going to be running his game, Relics of Chaos. So tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on Twitch twitch.tv/the D20 Initiative. So hopefully we'll see you then.
In the middle of a hill giant fight. It should be interesting.
Oh yeah, we're raiding that little camp or something like that, and I'm an elephant, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. So all right, good game, everybody. Is it Wednesday yet? And yeah, we'll catch you next week. All right, have a good night.
Good evening.
Everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Peace.